Hi ladies. Yes, that's right. There is actually a second video log. Yay, right? Yeah, sometimes I have these great ideas and I don't stick to them. Just ask my mom, my husband, anybody that knows me really well. Um, so I am pleased to say within the span of only 2 days, there's a second vlog going on. So yay, maybe this is the start of something. Um, Today, as you can see behind me, we have our, well, the light coming in the window, but we have our Christmas tree up and everything getting ready for Christmas. I really want to talk to all you busy mamas today. Christmas time is wonderful, a time as it is, let's just be honest, a stressful, busy, sometimes overwhelming time for mamas in particular. I didn't realize this until I became one. I saw a glimpse of it a little bit watching my own mom over the years and all that she had to do and all that she was responsible for, and it is a lot of work to be a mama during the holidays. But I just really want to encourage you mamas today with some thoughts. There's so many things that we could do for Christmas to celebrate Christmas. So many Pinterest cookie recipes we could try that are in the cute little shapes of snowmen or Santa Clauses or Christmas trees, or there's so many crafts we could do to decorate our homes. There's so many things we could do, and the tendency, I think, for a lot of us, especially as moms, is to try to do it all. We see all these great pictures and these great ideas, and we see that one person is making this amazing dish for Christmas, and this other person is doing this amazing craft, and this other person is doing something else, and we get this idea that to be the perfect mama, to be the perfect wife, to be the perfect Christian at Christmas, that we have to do not just what this one person is doing and what this one person is doing, what this one person is doing, but we take all of these pictures and all of these things all these people are doing, and we think that somehow that is the work of one person. You see what I'm saying? I had a great conversation with a dear friend of mine who's also a mama to a baby that's under one also, the other day when she came over, and we were talking about perfectionism and how stressful the holidays can be, particularly Christmas. I mean, the first few days of December for me were just overwhelming because I was allowing myself to become stressed out with thoughts of, I need to do this, I need to do that, I have this to go on. And especially as a first-time mama, and this is the first Christmas for us. Our family is a family of 3, only the second Christmas for my husband and I married. And so, there's so many things that I feel like would be great to do, and I want to make Christmas perfect. Our first Christmas as a family of 3, you want it to be perfect. You want it to be everything it can possibly be. And so I was allowing myself to feel really stressed out. The Lord in His infinite wisdom knew that and knew what I needed. And what I needed was just a breath of fresh air and some wisdom and He used a lady by the name of Ann Boskamp. If you follow me on Facebook, I've been posting a lot of quotes from this book because they're just so excellent. And I want to share some of these with you today, mamas that are feeling busy and stressed out and worried with all that you think you ought to do. The first quote is this one. It's on page, actually it's in the introduction. She's talking about the family tree of Jesus, and this book primarily, it's one devotional a day, December 1st to the 25th, and it's showing the family tree of Jesus and how all of the Old Testament points to Christ, and it's just been amazing so far. And in the introduction she says, Christ comes right to your Christmas tree and looks at your family tree and says, I am your God, and I am one of you, and I'll be the gift, and I'll take you. Take me. This is the love story that's been coming for you since the beginning. It is possible for you to miss it, to brush past it, to rush through it, to not see how it comes for you up over the edges of everything, quiet and unassuming and miraculous, how every page of the Word has been writing it, reaching for you, coming for you. And you could wake on Christmas Day, which this is what a lot of us have probably done at times. You could wake on Christmas Day only to grasp that you never took the whole of the gift, the wide expanse of grace. So now we pause, still, ponder, hush, wait. And as you can see, there's a lot of underlining and ink going on in this book because it's so good. Each day of Advent, he gives you the gift of time. So you have time to be still and wait. Doesn't sound like what we think time is for, especially this time of year, right? Waiting for the coming of the God in the manger who makes himself bread for us, near starved. She goes on and she says, and the heart that makes time and space for him to come will be a glorious place, not a stressed out place, not a hurried and harried place, not an anxious place, not an angry place. A place of sheer, radiant defiance in the face of a world careening mad and stressed. Does that sound like your world at all today or in any of the past Christmases that you've been through? I want to continue on to this quote, and this one is on page 41. So the world can hush and the spin can slow because he will bless, and he will bless with himself come down. The present is his presence, and the greatest present you always have to give is his presence. Looking into someone's eyes as you listen, refusing the wrong of rushing, lingering long enough to really listen. Is that convicting to any of you other mamas out there? It's convicting to me. To really listen to everything. There is no need for more. The heart is full of gifts that is full of Christ. This one is the really, really, really convicting one that I want to focus on today in this video log. And I'm so sorry if the sun is coming through that window and making it hard for you to see me. But ultimately, it's not you seeing me that's important. It's you hearing these words that I feel like are helpful. This is going to hurt y'all. At least it hurt me. I don't know about you. But why profane his coming with fleshly performances, frantic pushing, futile preoccupations? Profane. It's a bad word. We think of profanity. We think of bad things. We take something, we make it bad. And to that quote, I just wrote a little something myself, and I'll share that with you. I'm going to look over here at my computer so I can read this off. But in response to this quote, I said this. These are my words here. I believe this is one of Satan's most clever tools used during the holiday season to keep our minds off Christ. He loads us down with all these preconceived ideas of what we must do, what we must be during the Christmas season that we are so hurried, stressed, and overwhelmed that we feel we just can't stop. Stop to just sit down and breathe, to simply ponder the reason for the season, to enjoy the special time of Advent, to make precious memories with our families rather than strive so hard to put together a Pinterest perfect Christmas. We need to lay down some of our Martha tendencies, sound familiar? And take on Mary ones instead. I'm finding this to be a real struggle for myself as I'm entering my first Christmas season with a little one and find myself so intent on making it a perfect Christmas for my family of 3. But the Lord is using this fantastic book, The Greatest Gift by Ann Voskamp, to remind me to slow down and to savor, to look into the eyes of my daughter and husband rather than to gaze at my seemingly important to-do list. I don't want to miss this special time with my loved ones and fail to drink it in because I was too busy trying to serve them some Pinterest dream when what they really wanted was me. And I definitely don't want to ignore the reason for the season or profane the first coming of Christ through my dishonoring way of commemorating it. I want my priorities to be right. What about you? So today that's what I want to focus on, mamas. You know, I know how hard it is to fight against feelings of, perfectionism and comparisons, and, you see what these other mamas are doing and you think that is what the perfect mama does at Christmas time. She bakes these cookies, she goes to these events, these parties, she makes a batch of cookies for her husband's work office, for the firefighters in the community, the policemen, the military, everybody, and those are good things to do. Christmas time is a time to shower others with the love of Christ and to give gifts as a way to point towards the greatest gift of all, which was when God gave us Jesus. But we can get so caught up in the serving, like Martha in the book of Luke, and so caught up in that's what Christmas is about, that's what I have to do, or else we, if it's not that, we get caught up in, wanting to make it perfect for our families. And so for a lot of us, that means, okay, we've got this to-do list. I have to make these cookies. I have to decorate this and this and this in the house. I have to just do. But honestly, at the end of the day, when we look back on this Christmas, are we going to say, in future years, looking back to now, are we going to say, man, I wish I had used more of those Pinterest pins. I wish I had made more of those recipes. I wish I had done more. Or, not that those are bad things, those do make the holidays special, but are we going to say that? Or are we going to say, man, I wish I had savored it. It went by so fast. I wish I had just drunk it all. What's the word? Grammar mama's going to get on me for that. I wish I had taken the time to drink it all in. There you go. And to really make memories, precious moments, to not miss them because we're so hurried and busy and stressed and focused on everything but what's important, and that's our family. So I just want to encourage you, mamas, to slow down, to take one thing a day that is on your to-do list and cross it out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Find out what is the least important on there and just cross it out and give yourself grace to realize you don't have to do that all. You don't have to do it all. And real quick also, these ideas of perfectionism and trying to be all and do all and meet this impossible standard. Girls, ladies, that does not come from the Lord. That comes from Satan. Because what does he say? He says we're not good enough. He says we're failures. He says that we're this and that. We're not worthy of God's love. We're not worthy of salvation. We're not worthy of anything good. And, which we're not. We are sinners. But Satan and all the false religions of the world are all about doing good works to earn salvation. Striving so hard to be holy, to be good enough. But what does Jesus do? He comes to us, he offers us salvation, and he offers to us his righteousness. We are not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect because we can't be perfect. But we can take on the righteousness of Christ when we come to him in salvation and get salvation from him. We take on his righteousness, and that's good enough. That's perfection right there. And we can rest. We can cease our striving. We can let go and realize, you know what? Nobody's perfect. Nobody on Pinterest is perfect. They're skeletons in their closets. They may bake the best food ever, but they may have the messiest house ever. Or they may have the cleanest house ever, but bake the worst food ever. You get the idea. So, all of that to say, mamas, breathe. Realize it's okay. It's okay to take things off your to-do list. It's okay to, instead of making all these things and doing all these things, to sit and look into the faces of your children, to look into the face of your husband, to make precious memories. Because after all, this time of the year is not technically all about the Christmas trees and the cookies and all of that. It is all about the birth of Christ. And if we get so caught up in our to-do lists and trying to be perfect for our families, but we don't point them to the true reason for the season, then what's it all worth? It's worthless. It's pointless, because we need to take this time to point our little ones to the Lord during this season. Yes, the other things are fun. The decor is awesome. It makes it special, but that's not the reason for the season. And so it's far more important to sit down with your family and to love on them, to teach your little ones about the Lord, to talk to your husband about things of the Lord, about Advent, about Christ's coming, and just throw ideas off of each other, things you're learning in your quiet time or whatever it is. That's so much more important. And if that's done, but there are some cookies that don't get baked, or there's some decorations that don't get put up, it's all right. You've chosen the better portion. You've done what you need to do. And if that's good, then all these other things are just extra. If you bake one batch of cookies this Christmas, it'll be awesome. You don't have to bake 10. So, didn't mean to make this such a long, drawn-out video, especially for you busy mamas. But I say all this to say I hope it's encouraging. I hope you realize that you don't have to do it all, that you don't need to do it all, that it's not good for you to do it all, that you need to choose the most important. Rest in your Savior. Enjoy this time of Advent. Enjoy this Christmas season, and make memories with your family as you grow together in grace. God bless you, mamas. I hope you have an awesome Christmas. I hope you just can take a big breath of fresh air and just feel some loads taken off your shoulders and just enjoy the rest of the month of December. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.